This video is published by MBKP International. This video we're going to talk about your safety lever here, if you're having problems with it. This one snaps back on its own, as you can see. If you got one that just kind of flops back and forth and doesn't go back that way unless you push it that way, then there's a problem with the spring underneath. See, you're supposed to push it this way to unlock it, and when you release it, it's supposed to bounce back on its own there. It's supposed to be kind of pretty firm. Okay, and it needs to bounce back for when you lift this handle up to make it lock into place. If it's not bouncing back on its own, then it won't lock into place. So, okay, so basically if this thing's not bouncing back on its own, you need to take this whole machine and just lift it up and tip it on its top. You know, you can take your handle off, top cutting handle off if you want, but just be careful when you're doing this. You know, it is a heavy machine. You know, have it in a safe area. You can have someone else holding it if you want. Make sure nothing gets hurt. But let me show you this lever here. You can see what it's moving. I'm messing with the lever now. It follows this bar. You want to make sure this bar is connected good, and it goes all the way down. And this bar connects right to there. And I'm gonna move it again now so you can see it. You can see it moving. And the thing you're looking for, if it's not bouncing back, it's probably because this spring either broke or came off this end piece right here. So you want to tip yours up and just move this back and forth and see if that spring right there is still connected good and bouncing this thing back good. Or maybe this bar here goes all the way down. It's supposed to connect to there. If these bolts fall off, this bar could fall off here, and then you wouldn't have no action there either. It could cause that problem. So you want to make sure this long bar here, this long bar that goes all the way down, make sure it's connected to this nut here. Make sure it didn't come off there. Make sure it's connected to that bolt, and those nuts are on there tight so it can't fall off. See, if those bolts weren't there, this would fall off. So make sure that nut and those bolts are on there holding this in place, and then make sure this spring is connected to that piece right there on this bar, and then the top of the spring is supposed to be connected up here on another bolt. So just make sure everything looks like that and see what's out. Maybe the spring could have came loose, or maybe this could have came off. So just make sure everything's in place. I'll show you the action of it again. But that's what it's supposed to look like. The spring's supposed to bounce it back, but that's just supposed to show you how it's supposed to look, and from there you can see if yours is like the spring came loose or this bar came loose or something. That's basically it. This video is published by MBKP International LLC.